Hi, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Ebenezer, Carter, Edinet, and Red Sea. Well, welcome, I welcome all of you. Please let's share the space on our timeline so that other persons can see it and join. We'll just wait for a few more persons to join. Mr. Samuel Shelby, good evening. Welcome. Please let's share the space. Let's keep sharing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is the curfew over? I don't even understand. As the curfew ended, I'm trying to invite all these Sim and BK's people I've been seeing on the timeline. The problem is that they always sit down and start tweeting, but when you invite them to spaces, they will not come and talk. Good evening, Ortega Praise. Good evening, IBPH, B, Beef. I don't know which one. Good evening. We are still waiting for more persons to join So we're just sharing the space for now so that our mutuals can see it and join. But the topic is just Rivers State election. We had the first space in the morning to talk about the situation report, how your area is, how the election is going in your area. So I believe by now the election should be over. So I want us to talk because I've seen some very, very funny things. Just like the things I shared here. I've seen some tweets from Chinondu, Chinondu, some other persons that are protesting. I mean, they said it's carnival, I mean, protest. I don't even know the one that they are doing. Kamalu said the result of the election, bombing and shooting, war in Ikere local government, River State election, null and void. I don't know when they made him the collator or INEC chairman. This other guy, Dare, posted a video of policemen moving moving materials after the election. I mean, in a same country, this should be a very, very serious crime, a very, very serious one. But this is happening, and these policemen, they are aware that people are recording them, but they don't care. They don't care because they know that the power is backing them. They are very, very strong. Then I think earlier this morning, so Port Harcourt people, Ask PH people, posted a video that the All Progressive Congress APC Secretariat in Port Harcourt has been bombed. I think it's these local bombs or dynamite, I don't know. So we are just here basically to talk about how it went, what you think about the whole thing that has occurred today, and if there's a future for River State, because this thing that is happening now, we are thinking is a joke, but this thing is setting a different foundation for Rivers election. Yes, we know that over the years it has not been easy. Easy transitioning has not been easy. Our problem has always been transitioning. We saw how Amechi removed Umehia from power the same way Wike came in. Now Sim came in. In fact, a lot of people did not know who Sim was. And out of the blue, they brought him in that he will be the one, he will be our governor. And now he's our governor. So this is like the first time that we are actually having an issue after transitioning. This one is not before transition, this one is like after. Inside leadership, we are having this kind of issue. So this is like a new record that they are setting now. And if they successfully do whatever they intend to do, I'm very sure that it will continue being like this. It will continue like this because once the foundation is there, the seed must grow, it must germinate, and it must grow. So while we are still waiting for more persons to join, I will send out the microphone. So if you want to speak, you can accept the mic and tell us one or two about the elections, what you think about the election. But please, let's not forget to share the tweet. If you check my timeline, you will see my post about the space. Please, let's share it and let's have other people on board. Thank you. Good evening, Ebenezer. We have to Ebenezer. Good evening to both of you. Tosin, good evening. Sticks 77. Sticks 77. Wow. I think they've started declaring winners. Because I just posted a breaking news that was tweeted around 3:53. They say Honorable Lazarus Gogote of the APP has been declared winner of the 2024 Andoni local government chairmanship election and is returned elected. Okay. The guy with the sledgehammer. So I'm sending out microphones. Please collect microphone now and talk to us. What is happening? How did the election go in your area? Who are the people protesting? Good evening, Ebenezer.
Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. So the election in my area was okay. Shops were closed. People did not come out to sell their goods, and then people are afraid to come out to do their normal duties now because of the election around Job Aziz, right? So I feel like that place was peaceful, unlike some other parts. And then people protesting, I feel like they are wiki loyalists because the same people that protested today, they came out on Thursday too. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So people protesting are wiki loyalists, and then they feel like one man who is in Abuja has all the power in River State and he can just dictate and say anything he likes and everybody will follow suit, which is not right. And then I feel like River State is need to wake up and do things for yourself because I mean, allowing one man to dictate for us is not the right way to go.
Of course, it's not the right way to go. Now, my issue is that when they say they are coming out to stop the elections, what is giving them that morale? Like, do you know what it
According
means
to
to
some of them,
actually
they are saying
decide to
it's
come out to stop an
the
election?
national power, national power. Yeah, Ghana. Uh, if they are Ghana, they give them power. I'm not sure some of them or most of them will come out. So you have the all have someone leading them now. So
I read that um they heard gunshots at Ume Precom today, and they shot someone, but I don't think the person died. I think the person was rushed to the hospital. So I stay in Ume Precom,
okay.
but I'm not there. I'm not there. So I called my caretaker. She said yes, so, but it did not get to our side, but that they were shooting and she heard it. When I first read that thing, I thought it was a lie, so I had to call to confirm. This is just local government election. It's not even the governorship election. It's not even presidential. Local government election that is usually the smoothest election. It's turning into something bloody. This is
You know
not
what?
funny.
What I think is that if the majority of the chairmen are for sin, then the second tenor will not be that difficult to win, right? So it's like a power tussle. If most of the elected chairmen today are APP members, I don't think him coming out for second tenor, I feel like he will win smoothly. Maybe not smoothly, but the second tenor will not be that difficult. So, you know, we're not supposed to be fighting at this point. Like, all of us are supposed to be thinking of how to improve River State as a whole to create jobs. No youth coming out and saying, uh, no River State, no Wike, no River State, or we don't want any election. Wike is our leader, something like that. It's not good.
I can agree with you. I totally agree. The guy with the sledgehammer, how far are you today now? Be like say network no dey allow you since morning.
How far now? My network just dey very bad where I dey.
Why?
Network I don't know, maybe na my position sha. The area when I dey. MTN dey mess up with me. How far now?
Although
No,
na so network end our first space in the morning, oh, we get like
yeah, I
60
been need that
something
space.
persons. 60 something persons online that time.
I been dey the space that time. To network I come carry me comot. How you dey now? How una dey enjoy now?
And they had the election for your side.
Omo, dis election matter dis in fact dis Rivers politics I dey try, I just dey try my best not to comment on anything. When I dey see the things wey be sey dey make me dey vex, I just dey try dey hold myself make I no dey because some people just dey very very foolish and useless. Yeah, actually dis state na state wey we don dey, na state wey dem born us wey we from, and we don dey see the problem sey na just one person, one man na im just dey cause the whole problem of dis state. We don dey dis state right from when Adageorge don be governor of dis state, nothing happen. Peter Odili don be governor of dis state, nothing happen. Rotimi Amaechi don be governor of dis state, everything just dey go smoothly. One man wan just come take am and still pipu go still come. Omo, Rivers youth dey fall my hand honestly. reverse cheating is just a full man. I just don't want to talk about this politics thing because it dey pain me. It dey pain me. When I see people for my timeline, they post some rubbish, they talk some rubbish about this, that, I know they want to talk about them. I'm not going anywhere. Just inside my house, like I'm inside my house. I'm not going anywhere. Honestly.
But so far so good. Your area dey peaceful.
Yes. Area dey peaceful and people dey vote. And they have people dey vote and everything. No, nothing dey happen. Election not finish now. The election don't finish. All of everybody movement na dey.
According to wetin I hear, when I find out, they say for Rume Precom they no hold election today. I don't know how legit that information is.
But I
Now,
dey see say governor, former governor was saying lose am now. So why election no come out for that side?
no, we don't
Na
say.
Wike do.
You don't say sometimes this unit. I notice say Wike word na Rume Precom. I think Wike word na Rume.
Wike what is Rumeme or Rume Precom? I think it should be
I
Rume Precom.
I think no. I think it's Rume. Be like say na Rume when register. I think it's Rume because
Okay.
I remember that presidential election time. Now still Rume results come out from.
No, all of them. Rume Precom dey under Rumeme now.
Rume
Rume
Precom
Precom is under Rume Precom.
Is my for Ajib them.
That's
You
what I'm
get
saying now. Rume Precom dey under Rumeme.
no Rume Precom is Rume Precom.
Okay, just do your findings, sha. Just do your findings.
Okay. I don't ask
Mm.
person before then say Rume me I say me say but say na so it be Rume Precom and Rume. But I say Rume Precom is Rume Precom.
Okay, then if you want to talk about this one now, place like Romala now waiting. Romala
Umola,
Elebam, Orazi. All of them are Rumeme now.
yes, no, that's what I'm saying. From Ajib, I think it's from Ajib down to Chief Amadi. Now be Rumeme.
They what about Precom? Precom done their
Wimpy.
own.
We Rume Precom Wimpy.
Uh,
Now
and
even if you're driving from Wimpy Junction by Equere Road down to that pepperoni flyover, you go see where they put the signboard
Rume Precom
inside that. Yes, now you go see where they put the signboard inside that round flyover
I know.
stuff. Rume
I don't
Precom
see them. I don't
Junior.
see them.
Down there to Iwofe.
Okay.
Mm,
I know just one. No, wahala, sha. If you talk about that,
okay.
my side dey people anyways.
Samuel Kamalu, welcome. Oh. I've been wanting to have you on my space. Thank God you are here today.
Who is this Kamalu guy? Is it the Kamalu I know?
I don't know whether I know, but I'm a strong WK supporter.
I know no be this one. No.
Now WK loyalist from the beginning.
Mike, now we talk now.
I don't give a mic or may tell me how the election they be, whether I hold or I no hold or he said they don't declare I'm null and void according to his tweet. I posted it here. I've shared it. I've shared it in this space. It's up there. That is null and void. That will be declared null and void. So me, I don't know when that declaration happened. Maybe he can tell us who made the declaration and enlighten us more because some of us might not know what is really going on. If you just be saying we just the support on the surface level, then when they inside, then fit know more about these things what we don't know. So I go like him to just accept Mike, make it enlighten us. So the space is easy. Nobody is insulting anybody here. Nobody is interrupting anybody here, and nobody speaks without having the floor. So it's a mature space. Everybody here are senior men. So
I know be senior man, no.
yeah. So, Abeg Kamalu, welcome. Thank you for accepting the microphone. Please give us the update. What is going on? We don't dey see. We don't even know whether na carnival again. I mean, a protest because I think they don't dey play music. They dance. So, what is going on in Rivers State, Biko? Explain to us. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Kamalu, can you hear me? You have the floor.
I think his network is bad. Oh.
Make this network not try me today. Oh. Mr. Kamalu, if you are speaking, we cannot hear you. If you are speaking, we cannot hear you. I think the network, you don't enter listener back. Wele Mighty, W Logistics, how far now? You to be weekend loyalist though. I too like this River State.
He's on board now.
Yeah,
Don't take mic.
yeah,
Okay, okay.
can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, sound like Kamalo, the wicked magician.
Yes, so how is the election? You said the election has been declared null and void. How? Who made
Yeah,
that decision? How did you get that information?
to be known and void, now the matter is in court now. We hear from the judges this coming week. So let's see how it plays out. We don't have no
So
option
the
and to schedule the election again to allow a free and fair participation from other parties. So
so
that's
when you
just it.
say the matter is in court, that's why the election have been declared null and void. It doesn't mean it has already been declared, because for you to make such a proclamation, it means that you have this assurance that the election will be declared null and void. It means that you have heard from somewhere that it will be declared like that. So are you giving all this information based on the certainty, or you feel that anything that goes into the court, you people already know the final decree? Because
No, just
an election can be taken to court and still not be declared null and void. They can do their findings, make their arguments, and still not declare it null and void. But
see
you
the
made a
problem.
statement.
Based on my statistics, the problem is politics. You understand? You have to predict and unpredict. Based on my statistics, that one, the election matter is in court. Two, these contestants now, these APP men, their matter is still in court too. So it's not like the election is like is on a smooth soil now. There's so many faulty issues. Okay, just imagine now these people now they'll win the election. You don't have access to council. It's not careless. You call yourself local government chairman and you be in one hotel, be ruling us. What kind of, it doesn't make sense now. So imagine you now as a chairman, you're not entering council, you're not doing anything, you're just there collecting your allowance from SIM. And now the federal government now won't pay you direct because they're not recognized. So there's so many things wrong about the election. That's why we're not supporting what the governor is doing.
So let me understand something. You made a statement that APP, their case is in court. What case do they have in court?
Like their chairmanship now, this Chidoke Nwo and their group, their substitution means the process they got into APP was a wrong process. That's what their former chairman was saying now. That's what I'm saying. The matter is
Okay,
in
can you educate us? Because me, I don't know how. I don't know why it is a wrong process. How? Why?
I don't know.
How did it happen?
I'm not a APP member now, so I can't tell you more. But I'm just saying that their own chairman, their rightful chairman, that was there before these whole people started finding structure inside that APP now. It's politics now. So those guys now they're saying that these guys now they're illegal. This one is not from the PDP, it's from their APP self, their own self. So that one alone self is something to hold them to ransom. Their main chairman, they're having opposition chair. The same thing APC was having two chairmanship, wrong primaries. All those things. This
Okay, so
law, you're not following the law will come against you. That's why Wike is winning there.
Sorry.
He's following the law. It's just the law. If once you
Yeah,
follow the
yeah,
law
sorry.
and you play your politics too, we know Nigerian law is not that straight, but if you follow the law and play your politics, you win the matter. But when you're just doing it as a banana republic something, you not win.
Samuel. Sorry to cut you short. Samuel, please, I don't know. I don't know anything concerning politics. I'm not a politician and all that. I think please, is there any court that is higher than Supreme Court? I just want to know, please.
Me, I don't know now, but we will know that when the federal speaks, the other courts obey. So me, I don't really know. Me, I'm not a lawyer too, so I can't tell you that. So let's hear from
let,
you.
let me let me let me say something.
No, this is
Frank,
the
please
first
go
time
ahead.
first time
Uh,
election, the police are not involved. You
come on.
know,
Let me say something.
process is not.
When a law when a law is unjust, it's no law, and you leave the citizen to either react to an unjust law
Frank, sorry,
violently
Frank.
or
I don't know if you're using an AirPod or something. We cannot hear you clearly. We can hear you, but your voice is
okay.
not sharp enough.
Okay, can you hear me better
Better,
now?
yes, better, better.
Okay, I said when a law an unjust law is no law at all, and in that case you leave the people to react either violently or civil disobedience. So you cannot tell me that what the governor is doing is illegal. It's not illegal. There is no court higher than the Supreme Court. Do you understand me? There's no court higher than the Supreme Court. So if a fraction of people who feel they can control the state organize their own judgment with their own judgment. So I think what the governor is doing is 100% right. So any person who does not like it should go challenge the judgment of the Supreme Court.
That I was saying, that I was saying, like this matter now, all the things now we are saying now doesn't matter. It's this week now that's coming that will know if truly the governor follow the due process. Because it doesn't make sense that you now,
Mm.
as a
I
local
beg,
government
I
chairman,
agree the house.
you don't have access to council. It's a big lapses. And this is the first time now Rivers State that, okay, this maybe the second time, Amechi's time too. Amechi did the same thing too. And it backfired against him. So it doesn't make
Okay,
sense. The governor is trying, I won't say it's not trying, he's trying, but he's not a politician. That's his only problem. He
I
doesn't really
agree
know
the house. There was no election in Rivers State today. The governor, there was no
okay.
single election in
Listen,
Rivers State. It was all staged.
because my units now, I did not vote because I did not see the RISEC people. In Ukpolu, I went to Ukpolu, my other community. I didn't see any RISEC people. So the governor selected the units that he sent the materials to.
As
It doesn't make sense now.
make on our wait first. There was no election in Rivers State today. Today, as
okay, okay. We have to be orderly. Thank you everyone for joining this space. I had to mute everyone. I'm sorry for that. So that we have just three rules in this space, in all of my spaces. One, you only speak when you are given the floor. Two, do not interrupt another person. And three, do not insult anyone. So please, I know we have a lot of things to say, but let's allow somebody to finish before we interrupt. You can have the microphone or you can indicate interest by raising your hand up. Just click on this emoji sign that has love plus and show your interest by raising up your hand. Use the emoji on the right side. The emoji that is on the single line, use it and I will see that you want to speak. I'm going to unmute everybody now. Then Mr. Kamalu, you can continue before Mr. Tori and then Mr. Thomas Shelby. So, Mr. Kamalu, since you have been speaking with us here, you said I'll ask you some questions. You say you don't know, you don't know, you don't know. But you cannot be talking to us in a manner as you cannot be tweeting like somebody that actually knows when you don't know. Because you tweet with so much certainty. I follow you. You are my mutual. I see things from your handle and I'm like, ha, it's like this guy is somebody in the grand scheme of things. So It's like you know something that we don't know. You tweet like somebody that knows something that we don't know. But now you are being asked questions and you are saying you don't know, you don't know. It doesn't it doesn't fit the personality, like it doesn't fit what I have in my head about you. Let's speak with facts. Let's speak with what we know. Let's not just fly things. Okay, now you have tweeted that the election have been declared null and void, and you have said that this election is in court. This election that they finished today now is in court, and they have not given any decree about it. But you have tweeted that it has been declared null and void. I don't know if you are the judge or if it was your court that the matter was brought to for you to have that confidence to make such a tweet at a critical time like this. If you have anything to say, Mr. Kamalu, you have the floor.
Like I said earlier on, you understand, this is politics. It's all about interest and where it favors you, and it's all about statistics too. And politics, you have to predict the future. That's how you know a real politician. This matter will not fly because I know this election will not fly because there are so many non-conformities in this election. One, I told you about their chairmanship um, portfolio in their APP. They came through a wrong substitution means. And two, the APC filed against this election. And three, the election was not held in all the 23 local governments and units. I don't know how many, I've forgotten the number of units. So that's it. It's my statistics. That's why I said it's not and void. So that's what I have to say. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know about those other cases.
Okay. Um, Mr. Toru, just go ahead before I ask the question I have to ask. Just go ahead. Mr. Tori, are you here with us?
Sorry. I was caught up in some of that activity. Yeah, election. So far as I'm concerned, election didn't hold today. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you from Ward 8, Falga. That's Rumu Kalabo. The chair, APP, what's it called? Iche Mati came to the town hall, our town hall, with thugs. They came there, they brought the materials. So, and we were like, open the material so we can confirm. They opened the first one, there was no result sheet. They took away all the result sheets from all the materials. And then we left it there and we were like, no, we can't continue or go ahead with the election without result sheet. Then what are we going there to do? Now play, we want to go play there. And we were like, okay, take the chairmanship, give us councillorship, which he's a well-known person. If you come to Falga, his name is Honorable Victor Chinda Kalabo Anini. I don't know if you've heard that name before. Right now, as we speak, Ward 8 wants to burn. Rumo Kalabo is about to burn because there's a serious problem. They cannot announce results from here. It is not possible. Whoever they announce from here, there's going to be problem. That's all I have to say. Right now, there is problem. They have taken all the materials down to Elekahia police station to keep them there with the police so they can return them back to RISEC or whoever brought them. But as we speak now, there was no election here. So you cannot announce any result from here, what it. You come out and say, oh, Acho Eluku won. No, it's not possible. Nobody will take that. There's going to be problem. You have to practice what you preach. Let's stop being hypocritical about this whole thing. You are saying Wike did this, Wike did that, but you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing. So nobody is a saint. Let's not you know if you use juju, they fight juju. It's not possible.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Thomas Shelby.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes.
It's been a very, very eventful day today. And I think, personally, I think we are witnessing something that might eventually tank this present democracy experiment we're practicing in Nigeria. It's to most people on this space. I think to most people it looks like, oh, the normal gimmicks, the normal schemings, the normal political brickbat games that is played. I would just like to take us through a brief history of how this fits into the pattern of events that always ends each of our democratic experiences in Nigeria. In 1983, there was something close to this in a particular state in the West. It was just something, disagreement like this between Godfather and Godson, deputy governor and the governor, and like joke, oh, go back and forth. It became what ended the 1983 democratic experience. If you take it further back to, I think, the period in which they had wet here, also in the Southwest, something like this also happened. The federal government did as if, oh, it's not a big deal. It's just some local players having issues in their state. Eventually, it resulted in a military takeover. So what we are going through right now in Rivers State is something that it looks simple, it looks small, but has far-reaching consequences. Let me go back to this issue of this election. In 1993, a group of people under the aegis of Association for Better Nigeria, led by Chief Arthur Nzeribe, Mr. Bimbola Davis, and some other people in their cohort, went to court on the eve of the election, Friday evening, to get a court injunction to stop the June 12, 1993 election. That was what resulted in the cancellation and annulment of June 12, 1993 election. Why did Babangida do that? He came out in the middle of the election to announce that there is a court judgment that said this election shouldn't have gone forward in the first place. And then he annulled June 12. Now, that is a precedent. Immediately, Nigeria got back into democracy in 1999. One of the first pronouncements the Supreme Court made was that any agency of government that is constitutionally charged with carrying out electoral functions cannot be stopped with a court injunction. The reason was that to avoid a scenario where June 12, 1993 is replayed again. If you look at it, this is the first time people are trying to smuggle in a court injunction to stop an election. People, they do that with party primaries, intra-party crises, and all of that. But the general election, this is the first time. This is the first time. Anambra had their own election. The party said they were going to boycott it. The government, the state said, well, if you boycott it, it's fine. If you go to court to challenge it, it's fine. But to go to court to say stop an election, and where to kind of round up what I want to say, I have questions for Kamalu, but I would like to first round up my theories. The first thing that we need to take note about what is happening now is that Nigerian politicians replicate certain templates that they've practiced in certain areas. We know how this present president got his votes in Rivers State, how he got elected in Nigeria as of today. We are now entering, Hope Uzodinma was the first known Supreme Court governor. There were others who became governor through appeals and all of that, but it was like the first case of this perverted justice system whereby he became governor. And if you look at it, after Hope Uzodinma, there has been a replication of the Hope Uzodinma template more than 3 or 4 times in the last electoral cycle. What it means is that with Nigerian politicians, when they try a template and it works, especially hand in hand with the judiciary, they are going to replicate it. So heading into 2027, we are going to see court cases stopping INEC from going ahead with elections. And that is where what is happening now in Rivers State would become a precedence which should not be allowed to be laid, because they will replicate it. You can trust it's the same actors. And so what is happening in Rivers State ought not to be allowed. If the sitting president is in his right frame of mind and on the seat, it ought not to be allowed. The election should go ahead. Then those who are aggrieved should go to court. Then the court can nullify it. But to say the election should not happen. So I would like to ask Samuel just this question to round up. Just this question. You say, oh, there shouldn't be election. There is a constitutional crisis ahead. You have less than 25 days to have LGA officials. If not, there are two solutions to it. One, the federal government refuses to send local government allocation to Rivers State, or the federal government decides to hand over local government administration to maybe House of Reps. Either ways, the Rivers people at the grassroots level will suffer it. So what will be the solution you are suggesting? If you say the election shouldn't have held today, oh, one party this, one party that, because all of what you have said is in the realm of heresies, because you are trying not to even say, you know. So let me ask you, if come October 31, there is no election for LGA in Rivers State, how do you administer the grassroots governance level, local government councillors? How do you administer it? I'm asking you, Mr. Samuel, how do you administer local government if there is no election as you want, and the Supreme Court judgment must kick in by 31st of October? How do you administer local government? I'm just asking you. Thank you.
Mr. Kamalu, are you here with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I've heard what he said. I don't have anything to say, but just leave it to the court. That will be the best answer.
Excuse me. Excuse me. This is the kind of conversations that drives the kind of thing that happens in Rivers State. We cannot just be speaking without buttressing what we are saying with logical debates. You said, I've listened to you for like almost 10, 15 minutes talking, making points, parroting what had been severally said all around on forums, and now defend it. You are saying you have nothing to say, but you still go ahead and tweet and say something. We're talking about structure of leadership and governance at the grassroots level in Rivers State. But see, I don't know how you people are looking at it. I'm not a politician, but one of the things I know is that the people at the grassroots level depends on local government structure so much. And so when you say elections should not hold, then what happens? Limbo. I think we really need to, when we support some of these political leaders, we really need to also support them with our brains still active. Loyalty shouldn't mean excusing common sense. I'm loyal to you, fine. I should be able to defend you. I've defended so many politicians on spaces, but there comes to a place where you apply logic. So if Rivers State does not do LGA elections, look at Benue. Benue had their election today. Look at Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom had their election today. Look at Anambra. Anambra had their election last week. Imo had their election last week. So Rivers State should be the standout state without LGA. And we say, okay, caretaker is not good. Then remove the caretakers. Let's have election. Democracy is what they say. The minority have their say. The majority have their way. If you are majority, shouldn't this be an opportunity to thump your chest? What I would have expected in this LGA election is that PDP participates and convincingly trounce and wallop other parties so much that there is an adage in Yoruba. They say that if your juju is as strong as you claim your juju is, you don't hide in your bedroom to use it. You will stay in the front of the junction to use it. So if you're a popular party as you claim to be, you shouldn't be afraid to go into elections. Go into the elections, win convincingly, then tell the governor, do you have any other trick you want to play again? That you are hiding away and using all manner of court judgments speaks to the credibility and the power or efficacy of the political party that is doing all the political court abracadabra. Are you the mic?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Thomas Shelby. Mr. Tori, you can go ahead.
Sorry, let me ask Thomas. Election should go on. Election without result sheet. I don't understand. What election is that now? You say people should go for election. We have come out, okay, we have come out to do election. And you did not bring result sheet. You had written your result to announce. Then what was the need for election?
All right, Mr. Tori.
I'm asking you this.
Mr. Tori, I would answer your question right away. Two things you said during your opening talk that is very valid and is very correct is that when they bring electoral materials to a polling unit, it's important that the voters inspect or the agents of the parties inspect. And if anything is found less, you cover it back and say return it back or bring what is missing. And in this case, what you said is missing is the result sheet. And you took the right decision. The people there with you at your polling unit did the right thing by saying no election will happen until we get the right materials. And like you said, the materials were boxed and taken to Elekaya police station, which is the right thing to do. So for your polling unit, this is not the first time electoral materials will arrive in polling unit or a ward, and one material maybe from EC8 or any of these result sheets or something will be missing. What they will do is what you did. Box it, no election happened there, take it to wherever it is brought. Tomorrow, we've had the elections in this state, and the next they said, wait, the materials are not complete for certain wards. The next day, those materials were gotten and it was complete, and then they went to do the election. So for what we are talking about, that some discrepancies happen in your polling unit at your ward level does not mean the election should not go on in the state. What you would ask for now is that the result of that particular AGA cannot be announced until people who have been disenfranchised by their polling unit not having election, until they have their chance to vote. And it is simple. I mean, these things are not space science. You've done the right thing. So there is no, I'm not saying, oh, there is no election, they should announce results. No. In fact, results should tally with voting statistics. Not that you just out of the blues just say somebody won and you cannot even trace the mathematics of how the person won. I hope I've been able to answer you.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. But okay, someone else is speaking. Please go ahead.
Okay, let me just say something. You know, one thing about us in this River State, we are playing our politics with emotion.
Mr. Samuel, your network is
This
bad.
politics
It's cracking. We cannot hear you well.
is grassroots, and we don't play politics with emotions. We
Your,
let
net-
someone just take the mic.
your network is bad. We cannot hear you very well. Mr. Tori, please go ahead. Mr. Tori.
Oh, I think the right thing should be done. You get, if you're saying this other person is doing this thing, you shouldn't toe in that path. You understand? It's still one process over and over and over and over and over. You see, this chain starts with us. You get, you cannot, okay, look at what happened today. This happened before my very own eyes. Before that, the chairman or the caretaker chairman is Iche Martin. Because let me tell you what happened. This is politics. You understand? I knew this was going to happen. He is from my tree. Iche Martin. He is from my tree, and he took the materials and what was it called? The complete materials to his place where they voted him. And now this other place where he knows that people are on ground. Oh, okay, this person here, this is like opposition ground, and you didn't come with the result sheet. They did it on purpose. It was intentional. You won't say, oh, they didn't know there was no result sheet. No, they knew all these things, but they just wanted to, or they had already written this result, so they would announce, which they have been doing right now, or which is that it's even happening now as we speak. They've been announcing other local government or other words, but it's not fair. If we say we want to, you can't fight evil with evil. No, it's not possible.
But I think they can be declaring other results while they wait for your polling unit to have their proper election. We cannot say because the election in your unit did not hold, other units will not declare their results. Is it not how it's done? Mr. Cheese,
No,
please go ahead.
I was hold on. I was listening to Mr. Tori. I think you have a very valid point. I was listening to the radio some days back, and somebody called to ask the RISIEC commissioner for public awareness or something like that. That if somebody is not satisfied with the conduct of the election in his own ward or unit or something like that, like electoral petition, that is there an opportunity for that? And he said outrightly that yes, there is an electoral petition, stuff like that. So you still have two choices. One is to insist on having the ward elections before the final collation for the LGA, or to also appeal to the RISIEC petition tribunal about it. I know that happens, so I think that's valid. But you have a very good point. If we are saying no to darkness, we cannot then begin to switch off lights. It won't be right.
So I have a question for Mr. Kamalu. He made a statement that this is politics and it is based on the interest of everybody. In this case now, whose interest are you looking at for Mr. Samuel? Because I think it will not be wise to say you are looking out for your own interests. Mr. Samuel, please, you have the floor. Can you tell us whose interest are you looking out for? I want to know personally. Are you looking out for Wike's interest?
Okay.
Or you are looking out for your own interest?
No, no, no. I'm looking out for our structure. I'm a GDI member. Can you hear me? Hello.
You're a what member?
I'm a GDI member. So we are looking for.
You are looking
Hello.
out for the GDI structure.
Okay. Yeah, our structure, because we are the one that brought the government to power. So it's our
Okay.
structure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our interest. Our structure.
Okay. So you are looking out for the
Yeah.
interest of your structure, not even the interest
Yes,
of
our
the
structure.
Rivers people in general.
No, the
Not
Rivers people now, the GDI now, Rivers people now, the GDI Rivers people, that the politicians now, and the Rivers in general. We are just the base, the powerhouse. That's why I'm saying the GDI. But see, for the Rivers people,
Um,
so we are the ones that brought the governor to power. We have our structure. We can't just dismantle our structure like that. That's the thing we are fighting for. That's all.
Vivian, please, sorry, to cut it short. Samuel, please, I want to know, please, what is the structure? I want to know the structure, please. I've been hearing this structure. Can you just explain what the structure is to us that is in River State, that is from River State as well? Please. Thank you. Sorry, did you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Samuel,
I'm
please, I'm
also
waiting for
waiting
you.
for the same explanation because I would really I think saying you are looking out for the interest of the Rivers people is understandable. But saying you are looking out for the interest
No,
of GDI structure, I
no,
don't
the Rivers
understand.
people are the GDI people now. The Rivers people now. The GDI is for everybody. You cannot be, you must not be a member to be a GDI member. It's the structure, but they just have a caucus man that has the base, the powerhouse. That's why I'm saying the structure. But for Rivers people, when we were campaigning for this governor, I know people that were not campaigning for him. So it's not like It's something I want to. It's sympathy. All these are not sympathy. And in
Hello,
politics, they don't play
I
politics
don't
with
think it's
emotions.
sympathy because if
please,
you
They
look
can
don't
at
play
I,
it
can
politics
now,
with
I,
emotion. They
you are
must just
please,
play
ridiculing
can
the
I,
with
can I
office
emotions.
of
speak?
the governor. This thing is
Please,
not
can
They
just
I
don't play
about.
speak?
politics with emotions.
Can I speak? Sorry, Samuel. I beg to differ from the allusion you just made that everybody is a member of GDI. You know, the beauty of democracy is the fact that it gives the minority the opportunity to have their say while having the majority have their way. What you can say is, which I don't even know if is statistically correct, is that majority of Rivers people are GDI members. Yeah, if you say that, maybe, but to say that everybody in Rivers State is a GDI member will be a fallacy. In fact, that's fallacy of this generalization. Please, let's understand this thing. When we make comments on conversation spaces like this, we need to at least put a level of ethical talks to it. Yes, your interest is your structure, which is right, which is okay. In politics, people protect their structure. It's not wrong. What we should be asking ourselves is what measures are you taking to protect the structure, one? And if you're taking these measures, who's feeling the impact? The local government secretariats have been shut down for months now. Do you know how many people need to get letters from these places for visas, for scholarships, for stuff that they can't do? So if we say we are protecting structures and you say the rivers people are the GDI, are they not being punished in one hand for being members of that structure? So please, the way we are saying this structure thing, let's be meticulous about it. And on the other part of emotional, saying, oh, we play politics with emotions a lot in River State. There is nowhere politics is not played with emotions. Let's not try to trifle it. Look at how Elon Musk is campaigning for Donald Trump. That is the same. That's what we call a first world. If we are a third world, that's a first world. Politics always goes with emotions. What we need to ask is, how are we
His in, what
being
is his
ethical?
interest? What is Elon Musk's interest?
What is Elon Musk's interest? Did you say what is Elon Musk's interest?
Yes, that
His
was
interest. What's Elon
that's
Musk?
what he said.
Yeah, what?
What is Elon Musk's interest? Elon Musk is a conservative, and Republicans are naturally conservative, and that's why he's aligning with Trump.
What is Elon Musk's interest?
In what? Anyway, Elon Musk's interest is that Elon Musk is a conservative and Trump is a conservative candidate, and so his policies align with Elon Musk's interest, and that's why he's on his side. But for you, Samuel, I've asked you about three questions here, and you keep evading them while making other spurious comments. I just asked you now, are all River State people members of GDI? Let me just leave it at that question.
Okay, okay. Yeah, everybody's a member. Can you hear me? Hello. Now I can't say everybody's a member of the GDI because like we have card member of the GDI or an ID member of the GDI. But inside the GDI, and I looks like me, I have my followers that I have my mobilizers that are still under me, but they're not a full member of the GDI. You see, this is politics. That's it's grassroots. It's me plus you. There's no minus. You have to just plus maybe you say you're no longer interested in the game. So it's always me plus you plus you. It's just the mobilization. It might not be that a CACOS member to be a GDI member. You get me? But everything's all about your interest. It's politics. There's no two ways about it.
Okay, Mr. Cheesy. Mr. Cheesy, are you still here with us? Mr. Cheesy. Mr. Cheesy, can you hear me? Okay, Ishagu.
So let me just say one more thing. Do you know that from the onset of this whole thing, we have been begging the governor to conduct this election, but he refused to conduct this election. He knew what he was doing. That's why I say it's politics. He waited till the dying minute for this election, and we backed out. From January or February, we have been telling governor, when will this local government election hold, to make sure everything goes well. But he kept mute. He started to use the caretaker. So it's politics. He knew what he was doing. So this is the result of everything he has been planning. So it's not like us now. We told him free and fair. Let's conduct this election from February, even when the crisis was there. Yes, but he refused. Now he played his own card to this extent, and we are still playing our own card to see the final result. So
And
that's
after playing all these cards,
so
who will
he's
suffer
caught.
the consequence?
Samuel,
No,
Samuel,
nobody
please,
suffer the
Who will
consequences.
Mr.
suffer the
Samuel, please.
consequence?
I asked a question. I said, so this game you said you are playing versus the game the governor is playing, where does the survival and existence of people at the grassroots lie? Because you seem to be more concerned with this gameplay, this political gameplay between your camp and the camp of the governor. So I'm asking the average Obiakpon man that is going on the street that needs to get things done at his local government level or needs to get governance at that level. So what does he do while you people are doing this, your game that you say you are playing? So what does such a person do?
He would survive now. He would survive. You don't expect
The
everybody
governor
to be.
doesn't
You
have
don't
love
expect
for us.
everybody to
He
be
have
in
love for
government.
us. If you consider all these things at the onset of all the whole issue,
See,
he doesn't have a love for us. He's not.
I hope
I don't know what to say. But there's always
everybody
going to be a
listening to
way.
this space, I hope everybody listening to this space is paying attention to the kind of comments that is being generated. Oh, the person will survive. See, governance, politics has to have the people at its heart. If it doesn't have the people at its heart, then it's no longer politics. Simple
That's
oppression.
where the
That's
governor
what it
failed
is.
now. That's where he failed. That's where he failed. He didn't have us at heart now. For him to rebel us, he doesn't have us at heart.
Or you feel the
You
governor
understand?
does
That's the
not
thing
have
we're
your
talking about
interest
now.
at heart?
No, not us, but all of everybody. Because if he has us at heart, okay, do you know how many jobs the governor have cancelled for of this fight? Does he have love
Samuel,
for us?
please, can
Do you
you
know how many
try as
jobs?
much
Do you know
can you try as
10,000
much
jobs?
as
Do you know
possible?
10,000
Can
people
you try
losing
as
their
much
job?
as possible
10,000.
to speak with
10,000.
some kind of you cannot just be using words like all of us. It's wrong. Not all of us. You can't just say all of us. No, please. When we talk like this, let's make it so that because you need to acknowledge the fact that there are people who are not on your side. The governor has his supporters. You guys have your supporters. And so when you say, oh, all of no, please, let's make these comments very scientific so that when you're speaking to a section of your interest and it's carried and understandable. Vivian,
Thank you very
let's
much,
have new
Professor.
speakers. Let's have new speakers.
Yes, we are going to give the floor to Mr. Clifford now. Mr. Clifford, you have the floor now. Mr. Clifford, are you there?
Yeah, yeah. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah, I was speaking from a different stance actually. I wanted to like cover what Mr. Samuel was saying. See, what I wanted to say. It's actually having a lot of tackle on it. So I think I will just keep to myself.
Why will you keep to yourself? We are all here to talk to each other. We are all here to
Okay,
express ourselves.
okay.
So
Let me say.
nobody's going to beat you. Nobody's going to look for you.
Okay, first let me say this. He was asking about those that will be at the receiving end if there is an issue between the both camp, isn't it?
Yes.
That's correct. Right? I'm right. So I'm like they would survive now because definitely not everybody will be in government. There are people that are there that are doing the fighting. So if one camp wins, then it's left for them to put the welfare of the masses or those that they govern to heart. I understand what Mr. Samuel was saying. There has been an agreement between the the outgone governor, that's Wike, and this governor now, and in fact, there is more inside than outside. You get. I think there
No,
was an
please.
agreement. There was an
When you said there
agreement.
was an agreement, are you aware? Can
No,
you
that's
tell us
that's
the
that's
agreement?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I please get me right. I said I feel that there is. I feel that there is an agreement inside, or there are more inside to what we are seeing outside, and what the structure we're talking about is should be kept like it is. I feel it's an agreement they had with him before he even became a governor. Do you get? Then he's now there, and he doesn't want to keep to what was already agreed. Please get me right. I'm speaking from like what I feel it is. So if he's not doing it right, if he's not keeping to what to his agreement with his to the agreement that he had with his boss, then the boss has every reason to dent his uh yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying no. I'm just saying please.
Can I ask you a question quickly?
Yes, CGC, go on. Please ask him.
What kind of agreement will two political actors have that will warrant someone to be impeached 3 to 4 months into their tenure when they have not performed anything to the people that is kind of negative? What kind of agreement will make that person to make another political actor to want to impeach that person?
There is a lot, like I said. There's a
EDC,
lot.
EDC, please hold on. Let me also say something before so that you can answer it together. In 2020, I mean 2019, 2018, there was a particular godfather that got fed up with his godson in a state as big as River State in this country. There was a way he went about it. He was tired of the leadership of that person, but he didn't stifle the state. Do you know that Ambode spent almost 2 years fighting the powers that be, his godfather and all of that in Lagos State? But they never at any point put the people of Lagos State in the middle of their battle. The godfather was matured and strategic. The godson also tried his own. And when it was time, they used the party primaries to quack him. So the truth is, there would always be crisis between the godfather and the godson, and that it's okay. It's okay that Wike and Sim fell out. It's normal in politics. What is not normal is when you stifle the system just because you have the capacity to do so. For example, if this was 2025 and PDP Rivers says, Sim, we are not giving you our ticket because you didn't adhere to our agreement ab initio, this would have been valid. This would have been understandable. Then you become a one-time governor like Governor Ambode. But what we are looking at right now in Rivers State is a situation in which, I said it yesterday somewhere, I said a situation in which you catch a thief. You say start running, the thief is running. You say drop the thing in your hand, he drops the thing in his hand, then you jump on his neck. What else do you want the thief to do? Would you kill the thief? So please try to
Let
also
me.
shed light on
I
that.
want to. I want to. I want to. You said being strategic, and being strategic is actually an opinion to an extent. It's actually personal. So if it's Wike's strategy to tackle this issue, then what do you think? So see, it's actually more than what we are seeing here. You get. You can you can you can speak from um personal view on the fact that Wiki is not a good person, or the fact that Sim is not a good person. You get, but the whole thing boils down to an agreement. If you just look at the way it is, you would see it's so clear that there was something which is you have to go with this structure. You get then, and this
Mr.
person,
Clifford, sorry to interrupt you. Who are you supporting in all of this? Let me understand where you're coming from.
please, ah, hey, ah.
Yes, because you must belong somewhere. You
Answer.
cannot be
Baba answer.
neutral.
Baba answer.
Answer.
You cannot be neutral. You must belong somewhere. At least Mr. Kamalu, we strongly know where he
I,
belongs. We all know that.
I,
He's
I
not ashamed of
understand.
it.
I understand Mr. Clifford. I understand is trying not to be outrightly uh, own up to being on one side, but I believe he doesn't need to even say it anymore. We can hear it,
Okay.
and rightly so. Rightly so. Like what he said, Wiki and Sim can fall out. How they manage that fallout is what is important, because what we are talking about right now, if this fight continues, gradually the judiciary is getting to a point in which even judiciary itself cannot unpack what is now happening. So you are facing a situation where we would go into state of emergency. I've been in a state that went on state of emergency for 3 months. Trust me, if River State goes on state of emergency, you see all these things you are talking about. That is when, because they will bring somebody from another state to be your governor for that period. They will hand over, or another way is to hand over the House of Assembly to the Senate or House of Reps. Either ways, it's a lose-lose situation for an average Rivers man, just because two people, one person wants to protect structure, another person wants to refuse to be oppressed. I mean, it's something we really need to converse about.
Okay.
And for those who are legal practitioners here, I think is at this point I would love if any one of you can take the mic and really explain how I can get a judgment on a case in Abuja Federal High Court, then get a different judgment in Port Harcourt High Court, then maybe we'll go to Calabar on the same case. We get another judgment, three different judgments. Now, three of us are brandishing judgments from court of corresponding authority. So everybody is now left with a choice to obey the one they want to obey. Let me give a good example of how this confusing thing is coming from the judiciary. The NBA River State released a statement this morning in support of the election that it should go ahead, condemning what the police has done. NBA National, through Afam Osigwe, who is the NBA chairman, supported that. But an NBA member in the legal department of the Nigerian Police Force must have been the one who advised the IGP to not support the election and go for withdrawal of police. So how is it possible? Maybe I'm a scientist and I'm an engineer, and things when we say 2 plus 2 is 2 is 2 plus 2 is 4 is 4. How the law is being made to be like this, I would like if somebody who is legally inclined can pick the mic and try to walk us through how all these judgments are coming up. Because this conversation started with Samuel about him saying that he is certain that when this week comes, a judgment will
And the
come
election will
that
be
will
run out.
nullify the elections. Vivian, am I right?
Yes. Okay, thank you, Mr. Thomas. Mr. David, please, you have the floor now.
Yes. Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Yeah, I want to say the whole situation in Rivers State is it must be condemned by all right thinking Rivers people. Stuff is right now. I used to be like I followed Wiki very. I loved him, but right now he's portraying himself as a villain because you can't. At the end of the day, you brought in this man. You told us to believe in him, and then we believe him. Like a few months later, you're trying to impeach him. And you can give a man a wife, but you can't tell him how to go about the business with your wife. So now he's the
God
governor.
bless
For
you.
God's sake, you should allow him administer the affairs of the state. You should give him the power. Just advise. If you don't do this, obviously the people of the state are going to rise up against you. I must say, I go around the street. He has lost support. Let's forget about all these things we're seeing from his supporters around. This is the fact around the street. People don't like him. People don't follow him that much. It's just these few persons that are benefiting from him. And I'm glad the election has been held. And I know next, at least we've been following the situation in River State. We all know by next week we'll be expecting like different court injunction and court rulings and all that. But I don't think they'll hold water. Like I at least from recently, a lot of us will be following law in this state. At least we now understand how these things work. And I believe there's something, I'm an engineer, but I know at least I've been following law, and I know there's something they call first in hand. We know the first judgment that came in hand, and that's what the governor is sticking to. And besides, we also know jurisdiction. For God's sake, this is local government in a state. I don't think, in my own idea, in my own opinion, I don't think the federal high court has jurisdiction in this matter. So let's just go and relax. The small boy, the person they call small boy, today he held all of us. We sat at home. Some of us went out to vote. We closed down our businesses. This is power, for God's sake. You don't want to participate in the election, stay at home and allow those that want to participate and then challenge it if you want to. But it can't stop an election. It's more like telling us that last year or sometime before 2023, and there may be a party that refused to participate to go to court and then get an injunction and tell us that the 2023 election will not hold. For God's sake, that's a judicial madness, I must say. So I want to commend every other person that went out to vote, and those that are just onlookers like myself. Thank you. Next week we will be having our tier over council chairman. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Wele Mighty. Bad person, I can see you. Don't worry. After Wele Mighty, bad person. But why will you answer bad person? Wele Mighty, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening, everyone.
Yes. Good evening.
Well, um, it's quite unfortunate what's happening in our dear state, River State. Like me myself, I didn't go out to vote because of the security crisis and issues that I've been seeing everywhere. But I got first-hand information from my polling units and from my local government as well. I must say that the election that they said happened today was a shambolic show of shame because people that was there, I saw a video evidence, picture evidence, and they told me that there was no RISEC officials there. The face they were seeing there that were conducting the elections are faces that they have not seen before. Mind you, these people are people that have been voting for more than 30 years at the same polling unit. And you are bringing an election materials there without any proper communication with these people. And this is how it's going to be. And these people are asking questions, and you are not even giving them the audience to answer the questions. Their election did not even hold. They just brought what's it called, a basket, and they brought papers. After some few minutes, they carried the basket and the papers and they left. And he called that an election. It wasn't even carried out in a place where people have been voting for more than 30 years. The election was carried out inside somebody's compound, and he called that an election. The governor. I don't know the people that are advising the governor, but I think he is getting a lot of things wrong. Seriously. You cannot say that the past governor was this and that, and everything that the past governor you accuse the past governor of doing is the same thing that you're doing. There is no difference at all. I've not seen the difference in this present administration. How can you say you hate the other man, but the same thing the other man did is exactly what you're doing? Then where is the difference? You see, that's what I'm talking about. The election, this election, people did not vote. Go to Ikwere. If you go from Ikwere local government, go to Ikwere local government. There were gunshots, people fighting themselves,
That's not true,
killing
sir.
themselves.
That's not true. I'm currently at Ubima. That's a very big lie.
You're currently at Ubima. Are you at Igrita? Are you
When
at
a
Omagwa?
Mabonyo
You're currently
Bima,
at
Mabonyo Bima, and I drove from village to
Are you
NTA.
where is you?
I
Where is
drove
Ubima?
from village
Where
to
is Ubima? How
NTA,
big
where
is
I am currently now.
You are talking
That's
about
not
Ubima.
true.
How big is Ubima? Are you
Vivian, please
Omagwa?
do something about
Are
these
you at
arguments,
Igrita?
please. One person should speak,
So
so we
somebody's
all
talking
hear,
and you are
please.
interrupting. What kind of
Okay.
nonsense is this? So I'm telling you the election report that I got, And I saw videos and I saw like nothing. Nobody completed, nobody voted anything. And they carted away with the election materials and they left. And you're saying that this is an election. And you have people that are supporting this illegality. You tweet and you say you make an intellectual tweet and you support this illegality. This is a disobedience to the rule of law. This is not how things are supposed to do. This is not a party. This is an election, for goodness sake. There are procedures to these things. And you won't follow procedures to how an election is supposed to be carried out.
Okay.
And you're holding an election as if you're holding a party, a birthday party or a wedding. This is not how it's supposed
All
to
right.
be.
Thank you, Mr. Willie Mike.
Election,
You still have the mic, but you can come up later again. Bad person. After bad person, Mr. Tori. No, no, no. After bad person, sorry. After bad person, Mr. Cheesy. Sorry, your hand has been up. Bad person. Please go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Mr. W Logistics. I sincerely apologize for interrupting you, but certain things are very provocative. I came from Mubima today. I've been at Ubima since yesterday.
No, I know they hear
I
within
went
this people
through
they talk.
Mboba, Omodo, drove through Omawa, drove through Omagwa, came
Okay.
back to my residence at NTA Road, and to outrightly look me in the face and say no election held and they were gunshots. I mean, it's provocative, but I sincerely apologize for interrupting you. First off, I want to congratulate the Rivers people for a very peaceful process that was devoid of bloodshed and widespread violence, as we've seen in the past. And I want to congratulate the newly elected mayors. Unfortunately, the party I support um, did not have a candidate. I also want to sympathize with His Excellency Yamopu Sanibo Siminalai Fubarahat. His party was defeated by a relatively unknown party, the APP. I mean, it's a sad day for the PDP in Rivers State. But for our democracy to be deepened and strengthened, only those who can withstand the pain of loss should participate in the democratic process. And I also want to beg His Excellency to let go of every pending issue. The fracas they had with his wife in Abuja, the attempt to, swear him certain oaths to mortgage his vital organs, the many attempts at the life of his henchmen, the blackmail, police shooting at him on two separate occasions, the constant embarrassment at Abuja, the physical slaps. Let him allow peace to reign for the interest of Rivers people. And I also want to urge the federal government, to protect Nigeria's mainstay of income, the Nord Stream supplying the West oil from River State. Nobody should take a stance that may constitute a loss of the enduring peace that we have now. Everybody will lose. The state government, the federal government. In fact, if Nigeria's oil production drops by even 1 barrel today, Nigerians will literally eat each other. It's in the best interest of the president, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to respect the democratic process and allow justice to prevail. Also, now it is time for the Attorney General of the state to act in the interest of Rivers people. We have the issue of revenue jumping from 15 billion to 24 billion overnight. Several issues of land grabbing and takeover of state-owned facilities and properties. Those who are responsible should be brought to book. You cannot say Mr. A or B is responsible until a competent.
That is you're absolutely going out of point. That is not what we are talking about here. We are not talking about that.
Okay, Mr. CK, thank you for calling me back to order. I really appreciate. But on the issue of election, let me dwell on election, and leave who grabbed what. and whatnot. Election has held, and we have our new mayors, and they will be sworn in, and nothing will happen. Nobody will do anything to truncate the peace of River State. And if anybody wishes to, I believe Rivers people will rise up and resist such attempts. I know there are so many other persons waiting to speak. So for now, I'll drop my mic here.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Cheesy.
Well, sorry, before Cheesy goes in, please, I beg. Let's be realistic with our talk. It's not all this rumor. Like, the governor just say that thing like a joke. We know say them they caught
It's
one
not a
or
joke,
two,
sir.
but
I know exactly what I'm saying.
wait
And if
now.
you go further, I
Listen
will
now,
reveal the
listen.
details. I know
Maybe beer
exactly
parlor
what I'm
talk.
saying.
No leave beer parlor
Chairman,
talk. No
no, no,
leave
no,
beer
Chairman,
parlor
you don't go
talk.
do that kind of thing. I know
You
exactly
see my
what I dey talk.
allow somebody
We
talk.
know
What
say
I know
nonsense
exactly
you
wait
what I
dey
dey
now.
make
talk,
Wait now,
Baba.
I talk.
I know exactly what
allow
I dey
somebody to
talk.
talk.
Let's not pretend, sir. If you've been involved in grassroots politics in River State, as you claim, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So don't make me sound silly. Calm down. Make your own point. Thank you.
See, okay, let me talk
Please,
now. See, we
this
know
is
that
let's talk only
wait.
about the election that just happened. Let's forget about all this going.
Mr. Cheesy, please, you have the floor.
Good evening, or good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, what I wanted to say, Mr. Wele Mighty has already said a lot about it. So I'm not really, I don't really have much to say about agreement or not agreement, whatever. But the thing now is that we already have a new governor, and he must govern for the interest of Rivers people. You
How was
understand?
the
But what I want to
election in
say
your
now,
area?
yeah, that's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. What I want to say first of all, before I get to the election, is that Sim, the governor now, like he got most of his supporters because of everyone was angry with the way Wike was leading or something like that. Because like everybody was like, enough of the old ways, let's try something new and all those kind of things. So what I'm trying to say is that he cannot come with that vibe now and then hold this type of election. Because according to what Mr. Tory said, the materials were not delivered to a lot of wards. Like in my area now, there was no election at all. Like it's not just one unit. Like the host and Mr. Thomas was trying to say, one unit cannot stop this thing. The places where election did not hold are a lot more than where the election held. So you cannot say that you want to do away with the old ways and then come and do something like this is appalling. I'm done.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tori.
Sorry, make one no vex. See, talking about I heard someone say, "Hey, this one, that one, that one, this one." See, plenty things we no go talk for here. They, if you know what happened, I don't want even begin go where or waiting bring problem between Wike and Sam, which I know is 100%. We no go begin talk because we can't go be a or go hear something. You can't talk, say, hey, na so it be. No, we know they do things like we don't do things like that. So please, I beg. If we begin voice out how it be, everybody here go fool. But what
But
I
I
want to
think say
say
all
is
of us for this space stay here to hear how it be. I don't
no,
know
no,
if
no, no. We no
everybody.
go fit talk. We no go fit talk how e be. Make dem no talk say, hey,
Now,
how you take no? How
talk.
you no take no? We know. You understand? We know how much we make I keep quiet. See, Moko just grab our popcorn. They watch as they play because na film. The film long go. You get continuation scatter. This one pass Game of Thrones, na film. So make everybody just relax, they watch. I beg. Because I'm no vex. If I don't offend anybody here, I beg no vex. We'll just come here, we go just talk our mind, talk as it be. And no matter what we talk here, I no go change one thing. It won't change anything. That's just the truth. It's not going to change anything at all. So more just they catch the cruise, they go just talk your mind how you be.
Well, let me just add up to what this guy just said now. I beg. All these things we will not say this policy call to You know, it's a social.
Mr. Kamali, your network is very, very bad this evening. It's very, very bad. We cannot hear you.
Kamalo, you sure say no be a chain wey in the network no dey a chain na.
Network is very bad. Mr. T's.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No, it's a club and a court
Yeah,
because there's always even the United States. There's nowhere that there's no social club that they don't have that agreement. That's blood bond. So Sim had that blood bond now with Wike. For him now to come back tomorrow and say he's not doing it again, it's wrong. That's what I say it's agreement. It's agreement. He knows what he's doing, but that kidney own that guy is saying now is fallacy, I beg. If that that kidney and liver
Okay.
not be fallacy. See me just say this not propaganda. See me say that one not
Hello.
propaganda, but it's an
Please,
agreement. It's a blood
can
covenant
I
Sim has
speak?
signed already.
Can I speak? Again, Kamalu, the kind of allusions you make on this space, they are quite disturbing. Disturbing in the sense that while I agree that there is usually some kind of fraternizing within political movements, to outrightly say that they are secret cults or stuff like that, blood bond and stuff like that, it's not acceptable in ethical politics. People should be
I
able
mean,
to
look at that
disagree
now.
with you.
Look at that.
People should be able to disagree with you because the essence of democracy is that, like I said earlier, majority will have their way, but the minority will still have their say. So when you say, "Oh, blood bond," are you telling me? Let me use for example, just for example's sake, the Reverend Father that is the governor of Benue State. Are you telling me so he belongs to some kind of secret cult because he needs to hold power? When Father Matthew Kuka contested for the governorship of Sokoto State in the 80s, are you telling me he too had to join a secret cult? Please, let's not bring this idea that because something happens or has happened or is a pattern, it is acceptable. It's not acceptable to call a political movement a secret cult, a blood bond. No, it shouldn't be. And that is why this kind of conversations that we are having, we need to have it because we can't pass this kind of ideology to younger people coming out and telling them in their 20s, in their 18s, you have to belong, you have to sign, you have to be blood because of politics. No, people should be able to join free will and live free will. Thank you. I yield the mic.
Okay, Mr. T. Sorry for the interruption. You have the floor now, Mr. T.
yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, what I want to say is this. Most of us are deviating from the, topic. This space is for the election, how the election was carried out in different parts of River State. That is the purpose of this space. Some of us deviating, going about the oaths, the blood bond, the this and that. It's not necessary here. It's not absolutely wrong. So let's just talk about when I'm done, in case of other persons that will speak. Let's just strictly adhere. Please, host, if anybody deviates, just mute that person and cut off that person. That's what I want to say. Then, secondly, concerning this election, yes, some reports coming from different areas shows that the election, especially where election was carried out, it was peaceful. Honestly, I wasn't expecting such peaceful kind of election, to be honest, judging from what most of us know about River State, from the past. I wasn't really expecting this kind of peaceful election, but be it as it is, I think I would
Oh,
give
which piece?
be it as it is, I will give this election a pass mark. On a scale of 1 to 10, I will give Governor Fubara 8 out of 10 with the way and manner he conducted this election. Now, yes, someone said something earlier. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I guess is W Logistics. He talked about the election days that it wasn't supposed to be held and all that. I want to ask him a question. Maybe if he have the floor again, maybe he might respond to this. Uh, do you want the outgoing chairman or the already ex-chairman, do you still want them to continue? Don't you want a fresh election to be carried out in Rivers State? It's just a question I would like you to answer maybe when you speak again, please. To me, I feel this election is necessary. It is needed not just in Rivers State. The Supreme Court gave a judgment that all the states should conduct their local government election within a stipulated time. Most neighboring states have conducted. In fact, Imo State did theirs, I think, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, or so 2 weeks ago. Enugu, other states around, they've done theirs. So River State's own is not an exception. And today it was carried out. And from the report, it was quite peaceful to an extent, even though there are other negative reports. But at least we know the election comes in two different fold, negative and positive report. But to an extent, me personally, I will score this election 8 out of 10. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Tori.
Can I?
Okay, Vivian, sorry, can I just chip in something to Mr. Tees, if you permit me?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Tees, the governor of Rivers State, His Excellency Amopu Senebo Fubara Hart, did not conduct any election today. He was totally uninvolved in the process, as his party was not even on the ballot. The Rivers Independent Electoral Commission conducted the election.
Yeah, sorry, let me quickly respond to you, sir. That his party is not on the ballot is not the bone of contention. Every party have the right to field in their candidates or they don't. PDP decided that they don't want to field any candidate. That is up to them.
Simple.
But that doesn't
Simple.
mean that Governor Sim Fubara did not conduct election. He conducted election in Rivers State as the 001 of the state. That his party did not, it's to their own detriment. It's not his business. So him as the governor, the number one person, decided to oversee this election. And that is the bone of contention here. It's not all about party. It's not all about his personal party, which is PDP. It's all about conducting an election, which happens to be free and fair. If he really wanted to hijack it with his personal interest, he would have cancelled this election and insist that this election will not hold, since PDP did not want to field any candidate. But that is not it. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Tori, you have the floor now.
Okay, please, see, we are all humans, and sometimes when we talk, we should at least say the truth. We all know the truth is bitter, but we should always speak the truth because the Bible tells us so. You can't say you score today's election 8 out of 10. Let's be honest to ourselves. Let's just be on. Let's make we tell ourselves the truth. As I talk to you, I did my grandfather Obokoro. My grandfather picture day for the voters register with him pays. My grandfather don't die since 2010. We don't bury him, but in this thing, see, they used old this thing to write the result, and you're telling me there was election today. Election was free and fair. For most of our 4 dynamite we didn't through close to our town hall. Call anybody from Orochre who is from Romo Calabo, and they will tell you. And you say election was peaceful. Let's tell ourselves the truth now. Even if they say we'll get who would side, at least more will talk truth. You know, good say we will come here, we don't mature, get be or come they lie for something.
So,
Who
Mr.
this is saying
Tori,
are white, we will talk in a black. You know, nice, you know, sharp. I beg, more could talk truth.
Are you saying the election was not peaceful?
Peaceful. The election was not peaceful. I'm telling you that Ezebonwo Ichemati came with talks today. Me, I know they tell you say go come. I was there. He came with talks today. They were shooting at us. What are we saying? He came with talks today. They brought materials and they did not bring result sheet. How can you bring materials and you don't bring result sheet? You want to do election? You say you're on ground. Allow people to vote. You know if allow anybody vote. You just go write this thing, carry go. You want to go announce. Maybe announce what it's Mokusi. We dey wait.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Mr.
Nico.
CK, Mr. CK, these things you said now are valid though. If they were shooting, the electoral law stipulates that any unit that witnesses violence will have the election cancelled. You Umona carry am go court. Go to court. Go
Okay,
to court with the evidence you have.
Mr.
We dey,
Nico.
we no we dey wait now. See, no, I know they tell you say. See, make I tell you. I know they tell you. See, I'm telling you, if I'm telling you something, see, let me tell you, we don't big pass that say to begin to talk lie. Let me tell you, I am a Yesom Wiki person, as in I be born. See, I love him to a fault. You understand? But let's be honest and truthful to ourselves. You get no politician where you go come tell me say hey, the person get people for heart. Now lie. Any politician where can tell you say he has the people at heart is a bloody liar. Take am from me, I go tell you the truth. But don't come and say because you don't like this person, you start condemning. No. I'm not a hypocrite.
But
No be hypocrite.
big man,
Okay, sorry,
big
if
man.
I may ask you a question, a
Big
quick
man.
one.
You
What
see,
do you actually want? You said you're a Onyesomike person. Like, let me ask you this question. What do you
My
want? Is it
brother
that
is
the local
contesting,
government...
and I came
Wait,
out to
no,
vote for him.
no, wait. Now, let me
Yes.
ask you.
big
You
man.
No,
say that you
hold. I
don't
tell you,
want
say I
the
will tell you the truth.
election...
No,
You don't want
CK,
the election to be
CK.
conducted. Like, is that what you want? Or, like, let's just be, realistic here. Is it that you don't want the election to be conducted, or what? What's actually the problem? Let's just speak the facts.
you will
Maybe...
hold on. Listen to me now. Listen to me. Can you listen to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have conducted election or election was going on. You brought materials. Listen, or maybe you were not here when we started. Hmm? You brought materials. We said open the box or open the material so we can confirm. They opened the first one, there was no result sheet. Opened the second one, there was no result sheet. The third one, there was no result sheet. And they opened all of them, no result sheet. And then we said, okay, since it don't be like this, take waiting in the column, take the chairmanship. But you see this councillor, you will give it a big, because the people here want to vote. Anini, that is his name, that is his nickname. Anini, if you ask anybody who is from Orochre, his name is Honorable Victor Chinda Kalabo. People want to vote him. And because you know you're not on
Oh,
ground here, you did not bring result sheet. So you can go somewhere else and write the result and announce. We took everything down to the police station. Even the police have even refused to even take those things. As I'm talking to you, they refused. They said, go. They refused.
Mr. CK, Mr. CK. Unfortunately, that name where you call now, that guy na my candidate. Too. I was actually rooting
Okay.
for him to win. But I
Okay.
never
Thank God. Thank God.
imagined
So,
the day will
put
come.
comment here
I
waiting
never
they happen.
imagined, wait, nah, big man, wait. I never imagined the day will come when Wike's supporters will become apologetic. They explain like this.
No be a matter of apologetic. Mama, if you want talk to talk, no could talk waiting. That no waiting with the talk. Talk the one way they on ground. Leave that one.
And now I ask you another question. I thought as a pro-Wike
Sorry, is there
supporter,
a time limit for everybody that speaks?
as
My
Okay,
hand
pro
has
Mr.
been up.
Tease,
as a
please
pro
hold on.
as
Please
a
hold on. Let
pro-Wike
Nico speak.
supporter, I thought you
Mr.
people
Tease,
were not his
Mr.
supporters.
Tease,
Okay.
Mr. Tease,
Sorry,
just hold on,
sorry.
please. Let Nico speak. Nico, please, we have the floor. I'm so sorry.
Okay, no problem. I will try and make them short. First, thanks to the people hosting this space. Oil will do your head no go finish. It's very important that youths of this state we begin to understand that this whole thing about the politicians is all in our hands. Anything we they want to do in our hands today. So if we are not getting involved, it's good that both sides are also here, people for and against. But one thing that is very important that I want to put perspective on is that the reality is there's nothing like right or wrong in this world. Everything is perspective. So what is the perspective? The perspective here is that the previous governor, Wike, has destroyed every root. And I'm not blind to what people are saying that there was no election, there was this, there was that. See, if anybody here is complaining about the election year and that person was part of
the presidential election last year, where all the votes, are you telling me that in this state, people press hand for Tinubu? It's not possible now. So if
Yes,
you are
I did.
coming,
I did. I did.
if
I
you are
did.
coming to,
I
okay,
did.
fine,
I
no
did.
problem. God bless you. God bless you that you did. But the numbers that was done here for APC is
Also for Tinubu. To
A
a
lot of people voted it.
of
Like
of
a lot of people
of
to lie.
We're
I
going
know
to
Ah,
for
decide
for
the
Tinubu,
thing, God.
no,
for Tinubu for
people
my
just
unit.
come.
But no way my unit.
you have the former chief of staff of Rivers State coming to tell you that twice on camera that they were writing elections. Now, if all these things have been done
Okay, don't worry.
and structures have been built for perpetual existence so that their children and their grandchildren continually.
Mr. Nico, we have lost you. I think your network is bad.
I think Vivian, can I say something?
Okay, go on.
I think what Mr. Nico is trying to say is that because the last presidential election was fraudulent, it is okay for this local government election to be fraudulent. That is what Mr. Nico is saying.
Meaning we
That
should go on
Tinubu,
with illegality now.
yeah, or
Illegality
that
is now
go on, that nothing should be right again, that we should disobey the rule of law. Nobody should obey court order. Nobody should do anything that is right.
Go to
We should all
court.
be fraudulent. In fact, all
Go
of
to
us should
court.
be criminals. Now, what Mr. Nico they try tell us now? If they hear me, since nobody voted for Tinubu, how can you say nobody voted for
Go
Tinubu?
to court.
Is Tinubu not devil? Tinubu gets supporters. People love him. I seen day like that. People like him for their own personal reasons. It's not because you don't like him and you start saying that nobody voted. Who told you? I know a lot of people that voted Tinubu, and if he contest again, they go still vote for him again, 100 times. You go there just because say you don't like him. They talk say nobody voted, nobody voted him.
Well,
Which kind of talk be this? And this,
I would
why
like
is this man
to.
the lie for this?
I would like to react to
Are they
the person. I would like to react to the person that is talking. Um,
okay?
you speak with so much gusto, and I would like to ask you: if you say people voted for Tinubu, people voted for Tinubu, people voted for Tinubu, the question is, how many of those polling units or wards can you personally verify and speak to that he won? That is, for example, my
I
ward,
thought we were
he
talking.
won my
I thought we
unit,
were
he
talking about
won my
River State
ward,
here.
he won in so place. Please,
I
when
thought we were
we
talking
have
about
this
River State here,
conversation,
not Tinubu.
I keep saying it, and it's one of the things that I've realized that happens a lot. We must elevate it beyond this whole, oh, we don't want bar kind of
Let's just
talks,
stay on
because
topic.
there are people
Let's stay
here,
on topic.
there are people here who
Mr.
wants to learn.
Thomas.
The topic, okay, the topic is about the elections that has just happened.
Yes,
Let's
today's election.
dissect it. Let's break it apart. What is good? What is not good? What is right? Let's talk about that and not drag back into the 2023 elections that was fraught with
Exactly.
a lot of irregularities.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Madam
evening,
Vivian, can
Mr.
I talk?
Ushu. Yes, Mr. Ushu, you
Yeah,
can.
beautiful. I've been here since morning, and even when the space went off, I also came back. At the time, I decided to. All right, my passion here is I want us to know that for me, I'm a Deltan, but we have been following the process. We follow what has been happening in River State. I want to, call on all youths here to understand that what is happening is a shame to Nigerian youth. It's a shame to most especially Riverian youth. I don't care to know. I'm not supporting any side. I don't belong anywhere. In the issue whether pro Wike or pro Fubara, the governor, the sitting governor. I want us to know that it's becoming so embarrassing. The youth of River State need to stand up to stop this, embarrassment and this disgrace to the state. Because whether I like it or not, the every time like the APC secretariat that was burnt today, it was burnt by somebody. I don't know.
Please, it was
The
not
House of
bumped.
Assembly,
There's no evidence that it was bumped. Please.
the House of Assembly that was destroyed. It was destroyed by somebody. all the properties, infrastructures have been destroyed, and at the end of the day, monies will be used to rebuild it again. Now, that money would have been used to be, to do something better for the state. So what I'm trying to say is, it's high time the use of rivers, whether you are in APC, you are in PDP, you are in any APP, any of the political party you are or political divide you are, you stand up for the security and for the forwardness of the state, and not supporting today these people will march, next tomorrow these people will march. At the end of the day, nothing is happening with this election now. Whether the election hold or it did not hold, the truth is the state is not moving forward, and we all know it. So that's what I want to say. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ushi. Mr. Nico, you are back. Are you ready to continue, Mr. Nico? Mr. Nico, can you hear me?
Okay, it seems his network is still reconnecting. So, adding to what I said earlier, about scoring, because someone said about scoring the election 8 out of 10. Yes, why I said 8 out of 10 is most of us that have been in River State for the past decades, we all can attest to the fact that we know how River State election used to be. We know how violent it used to be. But with this election now, yes, like I said, categorically, I will fault some areas. There are some reports, negative reports from some areas. That is true. But if you compare it with the past, we are not there yet. No doubt. We are not there yet in terms of conducting free and fair election, not just in Rivers State, in Nigeria as a whole. But if you tend to compare the past, what we've been witnessing for the past 16, 20 years or thereabout with what happened today, you can beat your chest despite whoever we are, whether pro Wike or pro Fubara or pro whatsoever. We can beat our chest and say, yes, we are not there yet, but at least this is a step forward, not even standing on the particular place that we used to be, but it's like 2 steps ahead from what we used to witness in Rivers State. So that is just what I want to say. I really commend this election for today to an extent, and I'll still say it again. I'll score it 8 out of 10.
Vivian, let me say something.
Sorry.
Vivian, let me say something. You are saying that this election you score it 8 out of 10. Please do not forget that this is just a mere local government election. I don't know how big you people think this election can be. This is a local government election, for goodness sake. In the past, we don't even hear about local government elections. In the past, tell me which local government election has gotten the buzz that this local government election has gotten. In the past, tell me which local government election that you have been hearing gunshots in this River State. In the past, tell me which local government election that the governor of the state will go to the RISEC office at 1 o'clock a.m. in the morning. In the past, tell me which local government election that people are snatching ballot boxes. This is a local government election and not a governorship election, a presidential election. This election has faces. When it comes to governorship election, you see how it is done. When it comes to presidential election, you see how it is done. See, people should don't stop blowing things out of proportion like this is one big election. Before, when they are doing local government election in this state, nobody hears about it. You just wake up and see, they are finished doing an election, and people will forget about everything. The way people talk as if people have not been part of elections in this state, or people have not voted in your life before. For ordinary local government election, when it's time for councillorship election, you still say the same thing, as if there is one big election that the governor conducted. Somebody said that it is not the governor that conducted the election. Why the governor himself categorically told us that he is the chairman of RISEC, that he's going to do whatever he feels like doing.
Why
He
is
said
you
it
lying now,
himself, and
bros?
somebody
Why
said
is you
it
lying?
in this
Why
space.
are you lying?
He said it. said it on. He said it. He
See,
said
we're on a
he's
public
the
space.
chairman. He's the
Provide the
chairman.
link. Provide the link to it.
He said
I'll
the
transfer
chairman.
30,000 to
The
your
governor
account
said it.
now.
Go and look at the video. Go and
Send
look at the video.
put it
The
on the
interview.
jumbotron. I'll give you
When he went to
30,000
when
now.
he went to the reset office
While
by
on
1
the
a.m.
space, I'll send
That go and
30K to Vivian. Vivian will send to you
he's
because I don't want to transfer directly to your account.
And
On the space,
adding
and
to
put
your
it on the
30,
jumbotron.
look at what
adding to your
he's saying.
30K, if you
That's what
provide
he's talking.
such evidence, I will still double your 30K. I'll make it 60,000 to Vivian.
Thank you very much,
Now,
sir. Thank you.
I will double it.
You make it
Yes, I will double his 30K to 60,000, making it 90,000 to you.
I beg. You guys
No, let's
should keep
not
your money
this
out.
is a public space. And mind
No,
you,
they do
it's
money
been
something.
mind you,
Listen
this
to me,
is
please.
recorded too.
Listen to
Let's
me.
be factual
See,
with our
yes,
our
wait.
I am telling you that
utterances
Don't
the
say
governor,
vote
here,
on who
please.
money, yeah, but yeah.
the governor said that he is
Mona calm
by
down.
the
Mona
power
calm down.
bestowed in him that he is the chairman of RISEC. That's what he said. That's what he said. Go and watch the video when he was interviewed, when he was at RISEC office at 1 a.m. Go and check that video, and you are going to hear him. He said it. Please let somebody else talk. I beg. Might
Have you
go do
guys seen the
something else.
latest update
What's the
from
update?
Channels Television?
What
Rivers
happened?
LG polls. APP wins 22 out of 23 chairmanship positions.
Make them go collect allocation now. Allocation no go touch their hand. I
That's
just
the main
dey
thing now. That's what they talk about.
allocation
That's
no go touch.
location.
You are just wasting your time.
Imagine
You
say
won't
if the
get
chairman no fit
allocation.
enter council. If the
You can
chairman
no
no
go
fit
fit
enter council, do
you
you know
no
what
go
will
fit
happen
do
is
anything. You go fit
you
collect
can't sit down in
allocation.
your office.
You dey for inside
Say you be
hotel.
chairman.
They rule your local government. You go be a more local government chairman. You go there hotel for GRA.
Go
They
to
govern a
court.
more.
Go to court.
You
Or
go there. Nobody
don't you
going to
believe in
court.
the
Oh. No,
judicial process anymore?
nobody is going to court. What you are saying is that you won't get
Go
allocation
to
from the federal.
court
That is
now,
what
my
you are saying. It's not
whenever
my
do.
business.
Whenever do.
No, allocation
Go
is
to
too
court.
far, bro. You're going too far. You no go
Allocation no
enter
go go.
council.
We know they
And the
go
entry of
court,
the
go do
council be
everything.
the
You
main
no go
thing.
see allocation.
Go
You no go see
to
Leave
allocation.
court.
allocation far. Leave allocation fair. Now the council. Can
As
you
you
able
know,
to
Go
the council
after
is
assist the
the
going to
swearing
council?
after the swearing in, let any mad person prevent any of the mayors from accessing their office.
We will see
who
play
be
now. They will play am
what
for
will
Twitter.
happen
Don't worry. We'll still give you the
if these
post on
guys they
Twitter.
talk?
We know we be fake men. We be
Police
online
dey
men. We go show
council.
you the thing for Twitter.
Those people
They
will
no go enter
promise
council.
Wele Mighty
Even
60K.
when they talk,
What
people will
what he
say,
said is
us when they
correct.
talking,
Oh.
people will say no dey for free.
Don't mind
People dey
those
for
people
free, no dey
when
even dey talk.
they talk
People
rubbish.
will come
Not
out
today
they come dey for council,
What
they
he
go
said
dey
is
be up.
correct. Oh,
That's why we
Mona
people dey
TF the
argue the
60K.
argument.
Oh.
There are people will say
don't
they
I
mind
will just
just
Vivian.
check.
checked it
We'll
just
be
now.
Vivian,
online
nice
now. We'll be
to my eyes. I
mobilizers
meant to send the
online.
60K. Somebody
Okay. Everybody is just talking at the same time, so I don't know who is talking. I can't even hear anything at all. Honestly, that's why I had to mute everyone. Well, the topic is Rivers State election part 2. How was it? And so far so good. I think we've all said our minds. And we deviated from the topic. We have come back as well. We have deviated as well. So I don't know if any other person has anything to say about how the election today went. If there is no other person, then we'll have to bring the space to an end because we don't want to be going back to things that you guys don't even want to talk about on this space, because when you take us back, you now start saying things that you don't want to take us further on, and it doesn't make sense. So instead of that, let's just talk about why we are here. If there is no other comment about today's election, then we call it a day. We have been here since 6 p.m. and this is past 8 p.m. Thank you very much. Mr. Cheesy, you have the floor now.
Can I
Yes, Mr. Cheesy, you can. Mr. Cheesy,
can you hear me?
yes.
I say what I want to say is like why that argument was going on. I went to like search for that news that time, and like what the W logistics guy said is actually correct. So they owe him
they
60K.
didn't give me. They didn't run my money. I beg. 50
Put her for
seconds.
jumbotron. Put her for jumbotron. Put the link
I
for
say when they run me
jumbotron
my
now. Waiting with 30K. Where we go? Talk
When they
plenty.
run
Put
me
am
my
for
money.
Jumbotron so we go watch am.
My guy, I bet bring the video out.
Post
Conscious.
them for the comment section now. Post them for this space comment
I
section
beg,
now. Now simple something.
I know Sabio how to do
You know, if you get screen grab, like screen record or something like that.
You record them with your iPhone now. Then post them for this comment section now for this space.
Okay, no problem. Hold on.
Screen record that. I think how many people with that? I think the money reach 90K now. Abi?
Now 1 million you go reach. Put the link for Jumbotron.
Mr. Carter.
Let's give Cheesy the mic now. Cheesy was supposed to speak now.
I just
Yeah,
have one.
what new people there? I'm
Alpha,
gonna talk.
I just have one
Mr.
thing to
Carter.
say.
Okay, how was the
Yes, ma.
election?
It was very peaceful. We won the
Now
election. The rest
simplified
will go
though.
to court.
I know.
If they don't like the result, they should go to
Simple
court.
and short. Simple.
If they don't like the
Simple.
result, they should go tomorrow. Man, see, if they do too much this night, we'll swear everybody in and nothing will happen. Heaven will not fall. Even if heaven falls down, we want to be the first to see heaven and see God together. Mike Samuel is there. Samuel
Simplified
is my big.
movement.
Let heaven come down. Let's see all of us see God together. This night you are saying
Heaven will not come
eh?
down. I
They
bet.
should continue protesting. They should call anything they want to do. We give them the state. They should do their thing. We've done our election. We are AAP. We are elephants. And you know, guys, I should be now. Ungo. We are born.
Simplified movement.
No
Why?
problem. Thank you for the election. You know, go see allocation.
Oh, but fuck allocation. We'll get River State money. We'll give them. We need to see anybody.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
now
see,
that be the problem now.
you
Thomas, I
know,
think Thomas they hear this one. Thomas don't
I
hear
think you see
this.
people
We
that
need
mean
to
good
see
for Abi,
we
and they
need
hear
to
them.
see
Thomas don't come out.
See, not be Thomas something. I wait till them one. So we need to see how they make them do. We need to see. We go see if they do
Okay.
anyhow. We
But wait
go
to but wait to
beyond I want to the world to make them know. No be love song.
Instead of someone
Make
out
them
to the
know.
world,
Kata.
no green man before you
No be
come
love
house.
song. Anybody will go collect.
W
No green man
Logistics.
and you come house. So.
W Logistics
Yeah.
and Mr. Samuel. For
Give me
as
smoke.
banter aside,
Give me smoke.
do
Bro.
you sincerely
Like,
love River State? Do you sincerely
Ah,
love this state?
I'm from here. I'm a bona fide. In fact, I know nobody love River State past me.
Are you an
I
Ikwere man?
dey tell you. Solid one. No be this thing. Solid Ikure man. I be.
Wait now. We never dey fight.
No, na
Me and
fight
you
though.
now.
Na
Me
fight.
and you now
You ask me
brothers.
that question, so na insult.
Wait now. We dey come now. I dey come now. What part of Ikwere land are you from?
No more. This one I won't answer this one. Sorry, boss.
Mabunyu Bima. What part of
Yeah.
Ikwere land are you from?
Oh, I'm not answering this one. Sorry.
If you sincerely love River State, despite the fact that the person in charge, currently in charge, is fighting or is in opposition to our brother, if you sincerely, for real, jokes aside, partisan
Yeah.
politics aside, if you really love River State,
Yeah.
to be honest, you will not support what is going on in River State. What certain individuals, jokes, this one now, leave banter, leave party politics. If you were a resident in River State and you have seen how similarly Fubara has not been able to almost do nothing to the interest of Rivers people because the assembly has stifled his administration, certain powers make sure that anything we want from Abuja no go work. And
Why is everybody
in your
silent now?
sincerity, in your sincerity,
Why is everybody silent?
Hello.
And looking at all of this, and in your sincerity, you say make this thing where I follow you talk pigeon. You say make this thing where they happen continue, despite whose us is God. I put it to you that your claims about loving this state may not be true. And also, if your knowledge as an Ikwere man, let me see, more leave cap. If your knowledge as an Ikwere man, that is involved in Rivers politics, you believe that this election where they do today, they fear an alarm, you go fit stay this state peacefully, waka come off for your house, come back. You know the truthful to yourself.
Oh my guy, I swear I go walk out from my house, come back. I swear to
This
God.
guy,
No
they
why
want
you, no why you,
themselves.
no why
Show
you,
it show me die.
no
Yeah.
why
Say I go
you.
walk
This
out from
guy, they
I
want
swear to
himself.
God.
This guy, they want
This
himself.
guy,
He
this
they
guy, they
want
look
himself.
blessed. He say I did
Oh, but
for
swear
Gombe
they
State.
work anything. Swear they don't work anything. Turn that thing with it talk. No be to do when they swear. Let they tell me all this
I
one
dey
say
tell you,
they
say
say they
nothing
want
go sup
yourself.
for this.
About
I
they
say for
want
this.
yourself. About you they
Okay,
want yourself. President one for Amesiri, where
Peter
say they keep my
Kwatelo.
people there for Abonima. We fight for Wike. You know, talk about this ones and now. You will give Wike power.
Peter
Hello, my
Kwatelo.
sweet friend. Good
Yes, please,
evening.
can you tell us how the election went?
Uh, Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Port Harcourt Sweet Pass Nigeria. It went successful over this area. It was calm not until this evening when we had series of gunshots. It was so rapid. I mean, from that Wimpy to this pepperoni axis down to Iwofe. More like, why are you shooting and there is police around this vicinity? They know they even cough. It's crazy. Oh. We had to hide our head, sha. It was on my way coming back that I picked two pieces of the bullets to take a picture and share with you guys over here. But it was
Okay.
successful. It was, I think everyone voted and went home unharmed.
At your
But
polling unit.
yes, yes.
So you're saying you went out to vote today?
Hey, did I go out to vote? No, I went to observe.
Okay.
It was purely observation.
All right. So can you say it was a free and fair election?
Free and fair. I wouldn't tell you it was free. I wouldn't say it's free and fair. I wouldn't say it wasn't, because if you let this play on a fair ground, if you leave on to play on a fair ground, the people will win today go still win. If you still say make we just do normal playground, make they know they put this pressure where them put like this, if them make them do playing, these people will win, go still win. But this current government and party we are under right now, we dey see say to match them, you guys go ruggedity for ruggedity. Congratulations to the APP candidates. They went ruggedity to ruggedity. I am proud of them. At least they fought and they achieved a thing. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. P.H. Abobi. Do you have anything to say to us? How was the election? Was it free and fair? Was it safe?
Okay, good evening. Good evening, everybody.
Yes,
Uh,
IB.
I did alright to greet everybody. Greet everybody. The election per se, I would say now the best election we don't ever conduct for this country with this, because what I was even expecting was bloodshed, but I actually appreciate the tactfulness of the governor for ensuring that everything went well. And I think this is the first time we are conducting election in Rivers State, and nobody was shot, nobody died. I don't know if anybody has heard of anybody dying or but
No, that gun where them
if
shoot now
open
just to scare people. Nothing.
that one
Nobody
na
die.
normal na normal something. So what what I would what I was trying to say is this is the first time we are conducting election in Port Harcourt and no bloodshed. Nobody was reported to be killed or injured. Kudos to the governor for being very tactful and he handled everything well. And also to the youth and Rivers indigenes, they also played a major role in ensuring that everything went well. So from my own end, I did actually vote because my polling unit is not here. I'm yet to do transfer of my voter card. But while I came out in the morning, I took some pictures. Everywhere was calm. There was no cause for alarm. And I think from my end, elections were conducted peacefully and I think winners are already emerging and by the grace of God, we now have new local government chairmen that will pilot the affairs of our various local governments. We pray that God will give them the wisdom and direct them on the right path to follow. They should be government of the people because they are the closest to the grassroots. That's the only thing we need from them. And it is very funny that most of them they're on Twitter. Most of the councillors, most of their essays, most of them are even our mutuals. So at least if we rant, it is believed that it will get to their ears and they might take corrections if I don't want to go take correction. So let's see how their tenure looks like. I'll pray for God's guidance and King Solomon's wisdom upon all of them. So that's what I have to say now.
Yeah. If no be this thing where APC then they do say then they do talk and moving of ballot box here and there. If na plain ground, these former persons from PDP they would never clinch that seat again because they were just like their pay leader.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining this space this night. Thank you to every one of you. We have all said one or two things here. Hopefully, we'll have a better River State. If anybody's angry, let the person go to court. If anybody feels cheated, go to court. If there's any injustice being done, go to court. That is all I can say. Thank you guys for joining. Well, hopefully we'll have this
But
space at
wait,
that time.
Vivian, sorry. I won't
Peter
ask
Kwatelo, I
question.
want to go. I'm tired. I've been here since 6
Wait,
o'clock.
now no vex. I just get one last question. Our governor na PDP member. Help APP can they win chairmanship election for this state.
And normal thing
How?
now, that is democracy for you. That's democracy for you. That's AI politics.
Believe.
AI politics.
Abi, you
All
can
right.
see
Just you
Good night,
want.
believe.
everybody.